Richard Bellis here with columnist Bob Robb, and Senator Mark Kelly has proposed a suspension of the federal gas tax, which I guess he assumed would make every driver happy. He didn't count on Republic columnist Bob Robb. Bob, what is wrong with suspending the gas tax?
Kelly is up for re-election. Inflation is a serious political problem for Democrats. So I describe this as a political flinch, doing something to try to reduce gas taxes prior to him being on the ballot. But that does nothing about what's fueling inflation and causing the problem, which is excessive monetary and fiscal stimulus, some of which Kelly has voted for. It is a fundamentally bad idea to take gas tax money out of the Highway Trust Fund, which already is being heavily subsidized with general tax sources and is scheduled to go insolvent by 2027. And I found it ironic that it occurred at the same time that he and Kirsten Sinema issued a press release bragging about $11 million in federal grant money under Sinema's infrastructure bill that will be available for electronic vehicle recharging stations among the federal highways. So on the one hand, he's saying, let's reduce the cost of fossil fuel. On the other hand, he's saying, let's subsidize electric cars.
Yeah, you also point out in the column that when gas stations were developed, the government didn't really have a hand in developing what those buildings look like, and you think the same rule should apply to the charging stations.
Well, it is a useless pot of money that's in this infrastructure bill. It's $5 billion ultimately, and gas stations got built in this country so we could get to place without taxpayers having to pay the upfront cost. These recharging stations will sell electricity. There will be a flow of money associated with charging your car at one of these stations. And I think probably rather than subsidize them to the tune of $5 billion, the federal government actually could have made money by auctioning off the right to build these along the federal highways. So in addition to there being a disconnect with what he's proposing on the gas tax, it's just two fundamentally bad ideas that, in my judgment, represents muddled thinking about what do we do about inflation and climate change.
And of course, we're guessing those electric vehicle stations aren't going to make money necessarily on the electricity, but on selling the giant 64-ounce sodas inside. But that's a topic for another day. Thank you, Bob.
Good point.